patrons, this is Maggie back with our last and final video of the scrapping series for us to finish this page. So all you'll need today is your pages, or any page that you might have started and not finished. I'm just going to show you how to embellish, write on, and finish up your pages. So this is what it looked like last time. Pictures were on here and matted, and I have space to add additional things. I did already add this, just a little area for me to write some details about the day on there. I prefer to handwrite my journaling. Some people like to type it and print it. That's fine too. I prefer the writing because it allows me to get into smaller spaces, like here if I wanted to write, or if I had an odd shaped space free, I could very easily write in there. So that's why I like that, and I don't mind my handwriting, so that's another reason. So I actually have, this is one of my favorite pens, just wanted to show you. These are Zigs. And they're dual tips. So you have a thinner end and a thicker end. And I am just going to write some information on here. What I like to make sure I have on my page in some way is the date, the location, possibly what it was for. This was holiday, so I'll probably put Blue Point Christmas on here. And sometimes the people that you're with, you might want to add too. If you think years and years from now you might not remember, or you just like to have it there. I wrote this down on a piece of scrap paper so I didn't forget the date. That's another thing, if you don't have dates on your pictures actually printed on there. Mine are on the back, but once I crop some of them, sometimes I wind up chopping the date off, so I do write it as well. It's a good thing to keep track of. If you want the specific date on there, you could always just put the year and the month, or the year, whichever you'd like. So let's see, this was our favorite brewery at Christmas, and it was this December. So I'm going to write some details on here. Okay, so now I've got all my information that I want on there. You can use any kind of permanent marker. You can use Sharpies. I like to use these sometimes on darker paper. If I was going to write on the green, I could use the Sharpie metallics or paint pens. You don't have to use markers at all. You can use pen or type if you like that. So I did leave spaces here, and you can embellish with anything. Stickers, maybe if you have a ticket from a show or part of a playbill, whatever event it is you're doing, you can always pop these in here. So definitely always save those things. I made some die cuts on my machine here, so I'm going to be using a bunch of these. I also found these stickers that I thought went really well. They're denim letters, and I just put them on paper and I cut them out. Anytime you're putting things like this on your page and photos, you want to be aware of what adhesive you're using. For photos, you definitely need acid-free glue. Whatever type you use, just make sure it's acid-free for so it's safe for photos. So I have this here. It's a glue pen by Scotch. It has a pointed tip on one end, and then the other has just a round flat tip, so you can just kind of go like this with it. I don't recommend using these on the pictures. They do say photo safe and clear glue. I just find that liquid glues like this tend to bubble the papers, so I don't prefer that. There's also this, another type of pen, also made by Zig. It dries clear. So that's another option. I also use, these are photo squares. I like to use those, acid-free. I always got these at AC Moore, which unfortunately we can't do anymore, but all craft stores should have these. It doesn't need to be this brand. Scotch makes them. I think Nicole makes something like it. There's also glue dots. Those are fine too. If I get the glue dots, I prefer to use the thin ones. They have all different shapes and thicknesses. I get the thin for this. And what I'm going to use today is my tape runner by Creative Memories. It basically functions like whiteout tape, but it's adhesive. So you've got the sticky on the back here. And I'm just going to apply that. You don't need to use it on your entire border, just enough so it will stick on here. So I think I'm going to put this here. And I do have a second beer bottle that I'm going to put here. I just have to get it out. It's a sticker. And then I have my die cut that I made. Sticking to, there we go. And I'm going to put that here. And I think that's it for this page. Just the little tiny beer sticker that I'm going to put up here when I find it. This is our second page. And I made two little die cuts for this. So we've got family photo. I say family because these guys are pretty much like my family. Some of my absolute best and oldest friends. And we take this photo every year at this brewery. I hope this year won't be any different. And I have this little beer bottle that I made. And I'm just gonna stick that here. So this is a pretty simple page. If I want, I can always go in and add things here. You can add more writing, or if you want more embellishments. But I just wanted to show you these pages finished and what adhesives to use. So now I've got my 2-page layout. And you can always, if you use repositionable adhesive, you can always move things around a little bit. I do recommend putting a lot of thought into it before you stick things down on the page, just in case, but it is possible. You just have to be careful. So I hope you have found these tips helpful and you were able to finish a page or two with me. And I will see you in our next crafting video. Happy scrapping!